Hello everybody, it's Jay Brereton. This is one of the later turns of the game. Well, probably one of the middle turns of the game, but it's the latest one that I'm in. Anyway, all that aside, there was a battle. So, there was a battle in Abysia, and what happened was, this young werewolf changed forms twice, which is a really good way to own yourself. So, this is kind of related to what I was saying that Ulm should be doing by teleporting out into... Utgard. So as you can see, his dumbass wolf here goes in and is immediately terminated. This guy can't even, do anything. So he's run off, and he's legged it back in berserker form. There's a little thing that didn't show at the end because I didn't show you it, but if something's already running and then it turns into something with berserking, it doesn't then turn back around. It just keeps running. So there you go. Right, Spires of Ascension. Basically, everyone is now attacking to Utgard. That's the news of the turn. So Ranger Light's been taken by Pangaea. Presumably, Heber Bosch will be as well. We attacked out here, but the Jon Werewolf went into this province. So we can give these over to these dudes. Move this to over there. The Pythium is completely unharmed. I guess that means the Independents must have some fort defenders, which I didn't even think about, honestly, while I was taking that into account. So the enemy's Pretender God is still, in theory, actually going to be trapped inside here. So... I don't know. The Dom score for them is just going to keep going up until such time as we fix that issue. I'll stop recruiting a Spirit Master there, and I'll build a temple here. Basically, you're just trying to safeguard this against the Dominion from Abysia, as well as push out towards Utgard. Utgard doesn't have all that many temples, but they are, at the end of the day, they're going to be having quite a lot of dominion inside their own dominion, and they do have this incredibly useful throne over here for them. So evocation's up to 3. That grants us access to Shadowbolt, which is not too handy. Stuff like Healing Light, again, not too mega. Mist may come in handy. Fires from afar is something I was after, so we only get a massive 1 fire income per month, but I'll alchemize one, and we'll take out some Scythe Kona. I think that's a reasonable plan. So cast that. Fires from afar over there. This guy hasn't found anything after searching. This guy should be renamed. And we need to think about what we're going to do, because obviously Pangaea is going to take a bunch of this stuff. We are then going to look kind of small, I think. Someone posted the graphs for the game, and everyone other than Jomon, who's surprisingly big, is actually relatively equal in terms of size. So possibly we'll need to organise a coalition against them next. Obviously we want to take some more of these dudes, but that may have to wait. I don't know, it's difficult to know what to do in this one, because obviously the temptation is to go into Tingwoods, take this dude out, of course. Get that back, because at the end of the day it's 47 gold and it's got an earth gem in it, which is always handy. Unsurprisingly, again, one of our heroes didn't show up. We've got 4, so you'd have thought one of them would have, but so be it. And the effects of Vengeful are being felt. So inside LA Abyssia's Dominion, In coastal provinces, you are going to be hit by a size 6, I believe. Size 4, rather, pardon me. Water elemental. However, because of cold, these ones are the ice elementals. Ice elementals are kind of weaker by quite a long way than water elementals, but yeah. Not too much to it. This guy's just going to run over you. Unless it doesn't. I might make these stronger in the next version of JVBM. Because they've only got a really crappy fist. They should probably have like an icicle fist attack, like you know the one. His one of the ice demons has it, so that would probably be quite useful. Just trying to think of the best places to go. So the enemy has some Scytheconians still doing research, of course. In terms of thrones, obviously we are way behind on this, but the world is very evenly spread out as it happens on this stuff. So Cadiz is currently ahead in the throne count, but you know, that's by no means really terribly important at this point, because I don't think, theoretically at least, that they should be in position to actually just win the game yet. Although we may need to go and contest with them at some point. Obviously, with Atlantis having relatively strong dominion, we are going to need to try and push back out of there and deal with things. What else can our PG do then? So we can pretty much write off most of the nature globals, but that doesn't mean that we can't write off other things. So for example, the boat would be insanely good on this map, because look at all this coastal stuff. So yeah, that would be great. We could also make good use of stuff like Earthblood Deepwell and our riches from beneath as well. But obviously we need enormously higher levels of gem income to make that practical. So Niefelheim is going to be quite hard to take, but it should be doable. I don't know. I think if we just went in with this stuff, we might be alright. But it is quite hard to tell, because you know, this is one of those ones where it's if we get it wrong, that's it, pretty much, kind of things. So so our Pretender God, just while I remember, needs to be given a bunch of gear. Didn't make any shoes. I ought to have made some shoes for him, but so be it. And probably a hat. We can do without a hat for now. You know, worst comes to worst, we can just make a hat. That's not a big deal. In fact, I might do that. I might make a hat and some shoes for this dude. So Boots of the Messenger, as well as being very useful, very useful for the map move, also have some additional reinvigoration, so they are a great candidate for a thing to put on any Pretender God you get, or indeed anyone at all, really, because they're not very expensive at only 5 gems. 4 if you make them with a an Ancestor Smith. I think making Ancestor Smiths there is probably the right thing to do. Bat Tribe are like relatively good recruitable siege troops, so I'll keep doing that. I may also slightly change their sprite, because it's not quite defined enough. I don't know. Maybe not, though. So what's he got in one hand? That's, oh yeah, the Implementer Axe. Okay. Let's do that. let's just go in with all this shit, and then we can deal with it later. Deal with the consequences later, because I really want to make some progress on this. Because I just waiting for ages and ages and ages isn't going to benefit us really. So if we can go in and just break it down in one turn, then that's all the better really. Do we have anyone casting? We do have that Hellcaster, don't we? Yeah, we do. Okay, so that's good. Have enough priests so they can stay behind troops and just cast Bless, which is good. Change this guy's orders to... I'm not even sure what. Maybe cast summon their elementals straight away. Or just do some more Gift of Flight stuff actually. Let's do that. That's an incredibly old Bless of ours. Well, not Bless, but buff, like that we were using, but that doesn't mean it's ineffectual. It just means it's kind of possibly going to be expected, but it's hard to tell. Really hard to tell. Is Tang new? Whereabouts is he from? There he is. Let's get this lad some gems. Summon Earth Power, and then maybe we will have him forward casting. I mean, that could be cool. We'll do that. We'll give him an extra gem and everything. And we will have him equipped with spell focus. So, there we go. And then cast conservatively. But not too conservatively. Right. We should probably give our Pretender God some bodyguards. That'll be fine. Because we don't want to lose them in exactly the same way as we flame someone else for losing them. You know, that'd just be, you don't want to do it. It's just bad form. So yeah, so we'll do that. We'll go in. I think we should be okay, even if they cast Foul Vapors, which I can't anticipate that they would, because they've got so many. So many friendly mages there, basically. Well, yeah, mages and also the, you know, the chaps, crossbowmen over there. That, you know, it's going to pose problems for them. So yeah, we don't have anyone to cast any like remote attacks this turn, which is a shame, but so be it. So Dumb Strength is currently 9. With another 4 temples, we'll get it up to 10. Don't really need to be any higher than that, at least not for now. Heartbird is a problem we can deal with later. He's not going to be doing too much from in there. So we'll move this guy to Saran Forest, and then move him into Balm probably after that. Basically just try and partition up some more of his territory. We'll let Abysia go for Vengeful if they want. They also lost instantly quite a large amount of their attacking force in this attack. And yeah, I think we should be okay. We'll maybe attack the current province, because he's forgotten to put any PD in it. Or possibly he hasn't, but anyway. This turn he has, so. And then we'll bring in some more heavy cav. I seem to recall that the enemy had quite high province defense in this area, so we'll probably go into Jereb next. Because as well, we're basically just trying to cut down at least a little bit on the gains that Jomon's going to be making in the area. Because, again, like everyone else, we are competing with them. You know, we're allies of convenience and nothing more than that, really. What else do we need from these dudes? Could probably use this guy to cast Gnome Law and see if we can find some extra stuff. Cast Gnome Law over there. Get an animal moving down here. That dude can research. And send more scouts into kind of Jomon's neck of the woods. Moving patrol here. Aim, summon the masters and cast, after making sure blessings up, of course. And we'll have these dudes holding attack rear as well. Kushing, again we're going to be moving just through. I want to see what's going on over this kind of area. So the vampire died, RIP vampire. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. How are you? Okay. All hit points and strength. Very good. Okay, so they've got like reasonably high amounts of magic as well. And we'll have Suleiman. Probably wait around. We'll eventually go into the Hungry Sea and take that over as well. We'll leave this guy here for now, but we'll move these dudes up. Wait over here, just try and get a good view of the world. As you can see, we've got relatively good scout coverage everywhere except for Jomon. So, right, I think I'm out of new guys to set orders for. Apologies if this turn's dragged a little bit. I didn't intend for that to happen, but you know how these things go. We don't want to cast any more Spirit Mass, we want Ancestor Guides at this point. And what can we cast? Need to think of a good way to spend our nature gems that isn't wasteful. So moving all these guys in. Probably have this guy with a few extra nature gems and a few extra fire gems, just moving rather than attacking. Might give him a stash of air gems as well. Voice Apsu, maybe over in Zoglia. How are we going to win this game? So after we take some of Utgard, obviously we're going to want Abysia. We're also probably going to want Nethermark as well. And then we just need to think about the ways to get the other forts. So Stephanos or Estenofia, I guess. So the palisades being upgraded, eventually it'll become a fortress. We have this province here for casting cave grubs in, which is very useful, but in fact I may just set this guy to summon cave grubs all the time now, and just have someone else make this this hat. So yeah, and then we need to source some additional earth gems from wherever we can. I was surprised because the graphs that were posted revealed that we have one of the better gem incomes, which is surprising to me because I guess maybe it's just we have good income in gem types we don't like really ideally want to use. That's something that can periodically happen. In fact, we won't have Shun do that. We'll have them go underwater. We need to start searching really for additional sites. Yep. Right, we'll do that. So after we get to FO6, which is where we find Wailing Winds, we are going to have to go on a bit of a rampage on some of our neighbours. We'll see who that is. May end up being Jomon. It's difficult to know though, because the stuff has quite good morale, so maybe they're not the best target. I don't know. How's about Abyssians? Abyssians might be a good one, because they only have 10 base morale, which is relatively low, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to submit this 10 now, so have a good rest of your day, and take care. Goodbye.